Welcome back, Horleans, to more Divinity. We're in the town of Silver Glen trying to become an immaculate.
That doesn't look like your best work.
Nadia's shop.
You're
hello there.
aren't you? I told you you'd be.
Hello and welcome to our shop. I am the son of the proprietor, Nadia. Please let us know how we can help you. Not with that shit, you can't. You probably noticed that my mother Nadia and I aren't from around here. No, we traveled rather far from our hometown to plant new roots here in Silver Glen. My father, Ben, his death was somewhat mysterious, and we've traced the puzzle back to its little settlement. My mother will have plenty to say on that subject. Tell me about Ben. My father was a good man, equal in character to his wife. His death nearly destroyed us, Ma and me, but now we're here, and we won't leave until we've held proper parties accountable for their role in his death. Tell me about your mother. Ma's a bit intense, to be sure. Set in her ways, but fiercely loyal to the family. Help her out and you've got a friend for life. Cross her and you'd better be skipping off to the next town. Not that that'll stop her from cursing your line for the next 1,000 cycles of Bendis.
Until we meet again.
My friend returns.
Dua Salatun, Hunter. What can I do for you? Tell me about yourself. My story, well, it's no small tale. I think perhaps you'll be more interested in, how you say, short end of the stick. I believe Lawrence, the leader of the mining guild, told my husband and many of the other workers to mine deadly ore called tenebrium. Lawrence knew that this ore caused rot. Charming name, no? Yet ordered miners to continue. Many men, my Ben among them, become the sickness, and now they, how you say, kick down the bucket. But this sickness is not normal. It kills swift and terrible, not unlike the source. My son Sebi and I traveled from home to find truth, but this has proven not so easy. What can you tell me of your husband, Ben? My sweet little Palmar brave Vizago, my darling Ben. We got along like how you say, peas and ferrets. But he here is work very well paid, and mines clearing special rock from silver mines, so he leaves Sebi and I to come to Silver Glen. We wait with hearts like stone for some month, then one day we see a familiar figure moving with strange steps one path toward cottage. We run to meet him and take him into our arms, but he collapsed at our touch. We help him inside and set him to rest, but he was in terrible condition. Each hour he grew worse, rot so fast we could hardly recognize him after 2 short days. He slipped away from us and we bury him with much grief. Tell me more of your son, Sebi. When his father died, Sebi became restless. Being of age, he joined army and goes straight to front line. Though I was nearly old woman, I joined army as healer to be near and look after my boy. There we saw special legionnaire using strange weapon, and this legionnaire soon come to my tent with same disease that killed Ben. I discovered the tenebrium ore in his weapon. It was the ore that killed them both. I come to Silver Glen to discover truth, and here I find Lawrence, that arrogant man, conducts his business without apology to any. So you need help proving Lawrence knowingly encouraged the miners to handle tenebrium. Exactly this. Please, Source Hunter, you must help me prove Lawrence made his workers to mine deadly tenebrium. For your help I offer blessing of my homeland. Si vi malakuki kaka. Mi plantio sina bugalu dugia. Kaje terminer vina pubu suvna. Gaji broccoli. Translation is difficult, but it means something like, if you fail, I will plant cherry tree and haunt your grandbaby beneath branches. Good luck. How are you getting along in Silver Glen? I have not scrap of civilization among these apes. Sebi longed for heaping plate of famous ceramule, but local fare support no fine food unless squirrel meat inspire you. As for neighbors, well, these cultists would rather sacrifice supper to goddess than eat it. What do you know of these immaculates? Ha! I have no interest in these emasculates and their goddess. As Zalmoxes say in Book of Holy, I am jealous god. Why can I not read your mail if I have nothing to hide? Who is Aunt Sherry exactly? Aren't I enough for you? Have you seen the rot in action then? A terrible disease. Transform flesh of living into flesh of corpse while infected person still lives. Arms grow black and heavy, legs grow black and heavy, hair rot from scalp. Celio, help you mean what memories I have. What do you know about this tenebrium? Nothing natural could cause such terrible disease at mere touch. If you ask me, I say dark magic, maybe even sauce at its root. Ha! That foul thing. Tell me about Lawrence. May Zalamox has struck him down, the murderer. I have one gold and silver glin to make him share in the suffering he caused. I am certain he's gained from making those miners to take Tenebrium. Now I only have to prove it.
Until we meet again.
Real boy.
Do you believe in the gods, baby? Because you're the
Well,
answer to
hello there.
Oh, the world-weary face is giving me shivers. What say we take a load off together? I suppose I can find some way to entertain you. So you have a bedroom ready? Indeed I do. I'm just itching to take you places you've only dreamed of. What's a lousy 250 gold between an adventurer like you and a fine piece of tale like the one I've got in store for you? Not right now, honey. Oh, come on now, honey. I promise to take you for a spin so wild you'll be begging for more. And more's my guarantee.
Until we meet again.
Bitch, you should be paying me. I am the mighty Ronstock.
Feel the goddess's vigor coursing through my very veins.
Tell me, sweetie, do you have a sunburn, or are you always dancing?
What the hell? What is one of these little bomb shits doing in here?
You there. Back off. Bicky bomb. One more step and Bicky boom.
No, don't go. Please help me. The thing is keeping me trapped here. It's crazy. It'll kill me. Calm down, bitch. He's bluffing. He'll never dare blow himself up. Yes, don't worry, miss. We'll get you out of this fix.
Princess, keep her trap shut or Bicky boom. Now, folks, shoe or Bicky boom. Last warning or Bicky boom.
Bicky boom this. I make it rain.
My fuse went out. Fuck.
God, the fuse is even shorter.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You saved my life. It was that cur of Frederick that did this to me. He locked me in here with that ridiculous creature. Dear me, I need to get out of this room. Yes, I'll go downstairs to catch a breath of fresh air. But do come talk to me again if you want to hear more about what transpired here. My thanks once more, sweet hero.
My shit. Thank you. I don't know why she ran out of the bedroom so fast. She could have given me my reward right here.
Robin and mobbin'. Holy shit. Painting of a cock? What kind of game? Oh, a rooster, okay. I was gonna say, nobody paints my cock without permission. I'll take that. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, and fuck you! Elwyn, alright, here we have it. Ellery. Bonnie! Marissa. Paul. My name's Paul.
These goblins are worse than the
Well,
trolls.
hello there.
Half as dumb and twice as mean.
You startled me. Let me compose myself. Hello, stranger. How can I help you?
Ah, this is the bitch that was married to Skeletor. About your husband, I have here his will.
His will, but that means his oh fucking shit. Oh, not my cutie Brody. Buttercup.
Until we meet again.
Shut your whining up, you scanty bitch! Yeah, shut up! Before Lug puts something in your mouth and shut you up!
Do you have a son, or are you always busy?
Bonnie, where's Clyde?
Do you believe in the gods, baby?
Ellery and Elwyn. Mikel Solo Martin! What the fuck?
Ah, my hero, my heart is still racing. That little monster's face haunts me every time I blink.
Tell me about yourself.
Boney's my name, and I am, or rather, I was the lover for hire. Folks would come to me when they were in need of company, conversation, or more intimate desires. But this fiasco has put an end to it. I'll never set another foot into a client's room, not for my life.
Let's discuss this Frederick fellow.
Yes?
Why would he lock you in a room with a bomb?
Search me. He's a regular of mine, with rather eccentric taste, I might add. He always wants me to wear a grey wig, for example, and I walk with a cane. But I digress. Anyways, he recently spent the night again, and I couldn't sleep because of his muttering. He talked something awful through the night. In the morning, I told him he had gone on and on about some Meridino character, and supposedly a secret treasure lair was somewhere in the woods. Next thing I knew, he flew into a rage, said the treasure was his and his alone, and that I was nothing but a meddling cow. I was just about to let him know I won't stand for such language when he pulled that monster of a Bicky out of his satchel and told the little gnome to guard the princess and go boom if I tried to escape. I spent hours of horrid fear up in that room until you saved me.
What can you tell me about the town?
Not much, I'm afraid, but I'll go ahead and answer what I can. I used to know merchants came and went. They paid well and gave me gifts. Fewer and fewer of them travel here now because of the undead around Sicile and the goblins holed up in the mines. Times are hard for a working girl, to tell you the truth, but where would I go? There's danger to be found everywhere these days. These bedeviled days.
So I suppose you're not an immaculate.
Ha! I haven't been an immaculate for a long time now, darling, and if I see what passes the immaculate here in town, I don't want to join the club anew either. Give me fun, not fanaticism. Give me zeal, not zealotry. These people, I honestly don't know what's gotten into them.
Praise the gods.
I've passed the trial. The 3 trials.
Wanna have a good time?
Why, yes, I do. Just not with you.
Tell me, sweetie, do you have a sunburn, or are you always busy?
Well, that's a nice name. Vomitia.
These goblins are worse than the trolls.
Why, hello there.
Dumb and twice as mean.
Brandon's the best overseer there ever was.
No one's more eager minded than he is. Wonder how he avoided catching rat, though.
Right then.
Brandon didn't catch rat. Interesting.
Quite a fine skeleton beneath that hide of yours, isn't there? Yes, a lovely steady thing. I bet it'll last 100 generations if treated properly.
Holy shit, totally.
Man growls under his breath and flexes his muscles menacingly.
You are scrawny compared to Lug Lug.
Until we meet again.
I will flex my dick and pop you across the room.
Well, hello there.
Watch where you're going. These beauties will pierce you to the bone. So you fancy a trade-in? Come on now before Mail arrives.
I don't want none of your fucking arrows. Do I look like an archer?
Until we meet
I
again.
break archers in half.
Do you have a
Well, hello there.
Ever shot a bullseye in your sleep? Well, no wonder with your skill book as empty as all that. I'm like so fucking awesome with the bow.
Well, fuck you, Robin Hood.
Until we meet again.
These goblins are worse than the trolls.
Friend
Half
Richard.
as dumb and twice as mean.
Now we're talking. Rage. Rage cage. Flurry.
Until we meet
Know where to
again.
get some more melee books.
Well, hello there.
You did it to disturb my ruminations. It must be that you can only wait to purchase an ingredient or two for a very urgent recipe. I'll forgive this imposition if you make a generous offer. Alright, this is our ingredient guy. I got shit to identify here.
Until we meet again.
These goblins are worse than the trolls.
Well,
Half as
hello
dumb
there.
and twice
Oh
as
dear, dear,
mean.
dear, you hardly impressed the conduit with such a clouded look about your eyes, but not to fear, not to fear. I've got just the potion for that. So this is basically where we can do our shopping.
Well, hello there.
Ah then, you haven't any ale, have you? Well, never mind for now. What sort of magical relics can I offer you? Blessed by the goddesses they are, each and all. Sweet, so tons of shit to buy.
Until we meet again.
And if I buy anything of importance off the camera, I of course will share that with you.
Well, hello there.
I used to be a miner, a mole, as we used to say around here. Life was nothing but a perpetual night. I used to crawl and hack through the black shafts from before the sun had risen till after it set. Those days are over. I've accepted the goddess. I have seen the light.
Can you tell me more about these goblins?
I still can't believe the Overseer Lawrence even hired these miscreants to clear away their bedeviled tenebrium. They may not get to rot like we do, but the blind man and Seal could see the trouble heading our way, and the instant those hissing savages showed up. Still, they may have taken the mine away from us, but they can have it for all I care. As if the Immaculates have need of silver.
What can you tell me about Silver Glen? Besides, it smells like shit here.
This place used to be the seat of the most profitable silver mine in Rebellion. But then the rot came and the goblins followed. We would have all perished hadn't it been for the intervention of the blessed conduit. She showed us the ways of the goddess, the path of the Immaculates.
What do you know about this Tinibribuga?
Vile stuff, that. Gives you the rot, and quickly too. The goblins seem to be quite immune to it, though, which is why we hired him to clean up in our stead. Might have seen some smart plan at the time, but I wouldn't trust a goblin as far as I could throw it. And you wouldn't know. I've been proven right.
Could you tell me a bit more about this rot?
When it first started to appear, rot began to undo us more successfully than a triad of marauding old clans could. Silverglen was a place of panic and desperation, but then she came, the conduit. She brought us the teaching of the goddess and showed us how blood sacrifices could undo the havoc of this vileness of diseases with gentle ease of the spring wind.
Do you remember a miner named Ben?
Good old Benji. Never met a man with a stronger arm or quite could laugh. This place has been might dimmer since he left. Plus, he never got to meet the conduit or hear her good news.
Tell me about these Immaculates.
The Immaculates are a proud few as yet, who have witnessed and even experienced the blessings of the goddess. She is life's blood itself, and through her worship we give her, the blood of all those that we sacrifice in her name. It becomes her blood, a fount of healing, and all those things beneficial. Wise and happy is she who pledges his heart and spirit to her service.
I've heard enough of that shit.
These goblins
I believe in baby Jesus. Have you heard of baby Jesus? He'll kick your conduit in the dick. Even if she doesn't have one, yeah. Slap her titties.
Yes. I can feel the
Why don't you stay a while,
Very
I just
Do you believe in love at first sight, or do I need to walk by again? Huh? Fucking homo, Ramon! Lug Lug don't swing that way. Me swing my axe at you, though. Me? I'm Ramon. I may not be a genie, but rub me right and I'll make your dreams come true. I will take my leave now.
over here, sweet cheeks. I'm making to share a moment together.
Quiet your skank mouth, bitch.
Well, hello there.
Where the wind blows, the goddess breathes. Where the river runs, the goddess sweeps. How can I connect you to our eternal goddess friend?
You must be into wind magic.
Until we meet again, you stay a while.
How about I fart on you? That's wind magic.
Well, hello there.
Goddess greeted, friend. Her greatness gave us fire, her greatness gave us earth. And my savvy brings you spells at the best rate in town. Come, give me your best offer.
Ooh, look, Ronstock, fire and earth magic. Fire elemental is pretty kick-ass.
Ah, the shit I was supposed to have identified. That I neglected to identify. This girl sucks.
I accept your offer. You goddamn better.
Alright, let's identify some of this crap so I can get rid of it.
Until we meet again.
Since I know I want those 2 books.
Yes!
I've got fire elemental.
You have a sunburn, or are you always like that?
And his balls to the wall's awesome.
Praise the gods.
Do you believe in God, Ray?
Friend, this is most excellent news. Welcome to the Immaculate Foot.
Yes. I can feel the goddess's
Why
vigor
don't you
coursing
stay
through my very veins.
I just
If I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have a galaxy. Tell me, sweetie, do you have a sunburn, or are you always like that?
These goblins
Fucking bitch, man.
that was dormant twice as big.
Come here, sweet cheeks. Bartering +1, hit points 34. Need level 3 lore master.
probably should have kept that ring that gave me lore mastery. Derp.
Over here, sweet cheeks. I'm making to share.
If I had a staff ring to a blue right, I'd have a galaxy.
There we go. Get it. Get it, boy. Get it. Sell that shit.
Tell me, sweetie, do you have a sunburn, or were you always like that?
Over here, sweet cheeks. I'm making to share.
My friend Richard.
Yes, I do. I want that smokescreen spell. Sounds nifty. One gold for my amazing zombie painting? Go fuck yourself. Alright, we got the money.
Until we meet again.
Tell me, sweetie, do you have a sunburn, or were you always like that?
Smokescreen!
Over here, sweet cheeks. I'm making to share.
Draw your own smokescreen in a line.
You believe in God?
Click on terrain to create a line until you've reached the line's maximum length. That sounds like it could be fun. Blocks some line of sight from archers and such.
No news, sir. Goblins will slice us to ribbons if we approach the bridge.
Unacceptable. I want those goblins out of my mind by yesterday. Send another man, as many as it takes.
We haven't enough men among us to take on even a few of them, sir.
I said I want those goblins out. Even if you have to spear Drexit yourself! You guys need to chill the fuck out!
Well, hello there.
A source hunter, my liege, I'm at your disposal. I am Lawrence, the representative of the mining guild responsible for operations in Silver Glen. Please, valiant hunter, let us know how we can assist you.
Nadia has accused you of willfully endangering miners for profit.
Preposterous! What does that foreigner know about the affairs of Silver Glen? You do best to do as I do, my liege, and turn a deaf ear to her insane accusations.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I'm no one special, merely a humble servant of the guild and shepherd of the happy flock of miners within the settlement. My only cause for complaint, your grace, is these awful goblins. They're starving us out, refusing even a single honest miner to the right to work. Perhaps, my most upright highness, you may be able to help us with this little problem.
Let's discuss your trouble in the mines.
You must forgive me if I become somewhat overcome when discussing it, my liege. To think how I've been betrayed, to think how the humble miners of Silver Glen suffer. I invited a tribe of goblins to assist us in clearing the tenebrium from our mind, you see. The leader of the troop, a certain spitting Satan named Drexus, promised to clear the tenebrium and be gone. When the job was done, though, he and his band of totem-brain fiends refused to vacate. They kept close guard of the bridges to the mine since, and they've sliced whoever dares approach them into ribbons. These goblins follow Drexus like lemmings, your grace, and if only I could undo the traitor, they'd slither back into the swamp they crawled from. Drexus, head on, my mantle would save countless miners from a slow starvation, my liege. What's one goblin over countless disenfranchised workers?
Tell me about the Immaculates.
Enough to know the whole institution has been a blight on productivity. With the blessings of the conduit to replace a sense of job well done, the miners care hardly at all for getting the miners back in a good working order.
Tell me about these little fucking goblins.
Those brutes, I invited them here to save our valued miners from ill effects of clearing tenebrium. Those interlopers met my invitation with hostile takeover. They haven't allowed a single human miner past them in months, and meanwhile my men have all but forgotten their vocation and turned instead to their damn religion.
What is the rot exactly?
Yes, a dreadful business that. I've been fortunate enough to avoid the sickness so far, my liege, but my heart truly breaks for the families who've been afflicted. You see, my liege, when a miner has been overlong exposed to inebrium, he begins showing certain symptoms. Gangrene about the extremities, fatigue, malaise. At first we attributed these symptoms to poor diet, laziness, and just being the general fat ass. Had we known what we known since then, we would have never continued operations, but alas, mistakes were made, and those who were lost would never be brought back. No matter what crackpot conduit would have one believe.
This conduit, care to tell me more about her?
My liege, you ought not concern yourself with the fraudulent leader of that crackpot cult. Really, the whole affair is an utter embarrassment to Silverglen. Some insane huckster calling herself the conduit of the goddess made her way to Silverglen at the height of the rot's hold on the miners. The people were desperate, you see. When by magical illusion she managed to cure a handful of them of the affliction, every last one of the bunch began speaking of her as though she was some messiah. Now most of the town is taken in with her little cult of immaculates, as she calls them. Fortunately for her, she disappeared shortly after her little trick. I would have thrown her into prison and swallowed the key myself. Imagine hypnotizing an entire town with nothing more than snake oil.
What can you tell me of this tenebrium?
Useless shit, my liege. Worse than common dirt, but 10 times as difficult to extract and infinitely more dangerous. If only we'd known in advance the terrible effect rot would have, we would have stopped trying to clear it immediately.
Do you remember a miner named Ben?
Ah, yes, Ben, of course, one of my many noble miners, your grace. A smallish man, I believe he's around here somewhere, isn't he?
Until we meet again.
And until we meet again, my beloved subscribers. Oh, wait. Medora Sour wants to talk. I don't mean to make trouble where there ain't any, comrade, but in my years of hunting source, I learned anyone so eager to climb into your lap after a moment's meeting is hiding something they'd hope you won't discover. I'm not saying this Lawrence character is involved in sorcery, but it wouldn't exactly surprise me a lick to find out he knows more than he's letting on.
I thought the same. His fawning is more like a symptom of fear than respect. Have no fear. We'll cut the tall grass soon enough, and then this snake will have nowhere to hide.
Warms my heart to picturing him squirming about, plain as day, with 3 seasoned sauce on his tail. Nowhere to hide a sniveling mug, and then the bottom of a burlap sack. That wraps it up for this vid. See you soon with more Divinity, soon to come.